Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Steven. It is 4:07 a.m. I'm waiting for my Lyft driver, who should be here momentarily, to get to the airport. If you did not see my post that I put in my community post, I had a minor car accident the day before yesterday, and so I'm without a car. I'm taking an Uber this morning, a Lyft actually, to the airport. It's a 5 a.m. report time at the airport. It's so difficult getting ready for a 5 a.m. report time at home. It's so much more work than it is a 4 a.m. report time anywhere else in the country when I'm on a layover. But I am all ready. I was all ready before I went to bed last night. Sleeping last night was almost impossible. I woke up, went to sleep, woke up, went to sleep. Eleanor overate and she puked. It's the running theme of my channel, cat puke. Buddy threw up on me, well, on my sheets, which were on me. It was a hairball in that case. Eleanor, she just overate and she puked. So, you hear that and you wake right up. But I tried getting some sleep last night, but it wasn't a lot. Here is my Lyft. I will see you later. All right, so I made it to the airport, plenty of time. It's about 1:15. I'm gonna head to the gate now. I stopped off at Shake Shack and had some breakfast. It was why did I smell the packaging? That was unnecessary. It was delicious. I had a wake up. It's a egg sandwich with bacon and tater tots on a soft roll. Delicious. Little rock star for some caffeine. One leg to Charlotte. It should not be a difficult day. And there we go. Let's go to Charlotte. Welcome to Charlotte. Hi. And yes, indeed, I am right by the pool. That is not good. The pool is being renovated. It's being everything. All the tiles been taken off. It's a construction zone. And the warning I've received from the people on the street is saying that they start construction very early in the morning with lots and lots of noise because it gets very hot in the afternoon. It's 98 degrees right now with like 52% humidity, so it's kind of gross. So they get the work done early in the morning. Hopefully they don't get started too early and don't wake me up tomorrow morning, but we'll see. It is not really the kind of day I want to go walking around. It feels like New Orleans during my last trip, but there's a couple stores nearby. I brought some food, not enough, and I'm thinking I might save what I have till tomorrow and then go to one of the stores nearby and grab something. I'm not quite sure, but it's just so hot and humid, so I'm not quite sure what I'll do, but I think we have 16 hours here. 16, 18 hours, I don't know, enough time to eat, poop, and go to sleep. So that's what I'm going to do. I really want a nap because I didn't sleep much, but if I take a nap, I'm screwed and I will not sleep tonight. Oh, what was that? What? New glasses? Yes, they are new eyeglasses. Don't you love them? I love them. It's kind of an aviator, but I really like them. They've got an interesting detail. Let me get an interesting detail on the side. I'm not in love with the detail on the side, but it's all right. That's fine. It's clear and silver, and I really like the shape of the lenses on my face. These are by a company called Zeelool. The worst name ever. Zeelool, Zeelool. But they cost me, I got 2 new pairs of glasses. I'll show you the next one in my next trip. I got 2 new pair of single vision lenses, including lenses with non-glare and the frame, everything. 2 pair, $56, including shipping. Yeah, love it. Some cool glasses, some hideous ones as well, but check them out. This is not a sponsored content, by the way. Just I like their frames, and I've had success with them so far. So I'm going to have a nibble, probably cheese and crackers, then a costume change out of this black uniform, and then I'll contemplate whether I'm going for a walk or not. But I'll see you then. All right, bye. I wasn't going to do it. I wasn't gonna, but I am. I'm taking a nap. I am exhausted. I did not sleep a lot last night. The cats woke me up before my alarm. And then, taking the Uber and then getting to the airport and then the 4-hour flight. And I'm just exhausted. So I'm going to take a 45-minute nap. Then I'm going to see if I can swap 2 trips for next month. I was able a couple of days ago to successfully swap out of the last 2 trips of my next month into something marginally better. I would like to improve that if I can. So today is really the last day I can bid for open time and have any success at all. So I'm going to try and improve my line next month. I did hear back from the car maintenance repair shop, and I'll film a separate little clip telling more about that for the video I'm going to release regarding the whole topic of the car. It's good news. It's good news. What else? I just had some cheese and crackers. I had a sandwich and some water. So I have something in my belly. I'm just going to take a short nap. And we know how successful I am with napping, right? I'm horrible at napping because I'll sleep for 3 hours and screw myself for tomorrow. But I'm going to cross my fingers. A 45-minute nap, I'll be fine, right? Famous last words. See you soon. And as suspected, I overslept. It is 5:50 something, 5:56, something like that in the evening. I don't have to really be in bed until about 10 o'clock tonight. So I'm hoping that's enough time to be awake, get tired. I'm still full from my sandwich, so I don't think I'm going to eat tonight. And that's it. That's my update. I'm going to play a video game for a little while. That kind of makes me drowsy. And then I will see you in the morning. All right? Have a good night. All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. It is 6:17 a.m. My shuttle is at 6:30. Sleep was almost impossible to find last night. I just could not get to sleep. Visions of the car accident I was just in, and all sorts of little things just kept popping through my head and kept me awake all night. And then I just could not get to sleep. Could not. I woke up a couple times between maybe 9:30 and 6, and just I did not get very good sleep. I do have a lot of caffeine on me, so that's going to be good, and I'll be fine. I'm just feeling a little groggy right now. The shuttle's in about less than 15 minutes, 13 minutes, so I can hopefully grab and go. I have a little something in my bag I can eat for breakfast, but it feels like a very rough morning. But we only have one leg to LA, so that should be fairly easy at this hour. We have almost a full plane. The plane is almost full, so that's good. We like full flights. And that's it so far. So I will see you at the airport or in LA. All right, see you soon. It's an unnecessarily large airport. It's huge, but it is very nice. This has got to be one of my favorite airports, just second to Austin. I love the Austin airport. Lots of food options. Nothing we have time for. Well, hello there. Welcome to whatever part of LA this is. I have no idea. It took probably 40 minutes to get to the hotel from the airport. The traffic was really bad. But today's flight was very easy, very nice. We were full, which is always wonderful. 1,000 children, all of which behaved beautifully. Really nice passengers. Up front, again, very chill, very easygoing, very nice. My chaser, which is our 5th flight attendant, and our lines currently are made of 4 flight attendants, but when we have a 321, we need a 5th flight attendant. She was with me for 2 days. Super nice. She's based in Vegas, so I do hope to work with her again. She was lovely, and just a very nice day. No drama, no trauma, as I like to say. There is no microwave in my room. There's one in a crew room, but I don't want what I have in my bag, so I'm gonna take a little walk, see if I can find something close by. Otherwise, I'll just go back to my room and suffer what I have in my lunch bag. Yeah, our show time tomorrow is 4:40. but our shuttle to the airport is at 3:30. 3:30 in the morning, so I have to wake up at like 2:45 earlier if I want to eat something for breakfast. So I've got about 15 hours left of my layover, including all that time. Blah, blah, blah. I can't even talk. I need to eat something soon, so I will see you guys later. Oh, there's a Subway sandwich shop right there. I am tempted. I am very tempted. That's what I'm doing. So I stopped at Subway, as you can see. A 6-inch meatball sub and a Diet Pepsi. $13 and change. Anyone else remember $5 footlongs? Yeah, those are days long gone by, right? $13 for a 6-inch meatball sub and a soda. It is what it is. All right, well, that sandwich was expensive, but it was delicious. Do I have tomato sauce in my beard? No. So I just found this place, TikToker Thrift Shop, and it's been closed every time I've walked past it. Now, I've seen it on Google Maps and all those things when I do a search for a thrift shop. Well, they're always closed when I walked by. Yeah, I bought a number of things. One for myself, the others I will be reselling, and I'm going to get back on the horse for listing things because I have a sneaking suspicion my car insurance is going to be skyrocketing sometime soon. So I'm going to try and get back in the habit of listing things and seeing if I can make some extra money that way. Is this not the thrift shop? Oh no, I can't go in there. I can't go in there. I just spent a lot of money. I'll show you what I bought later. Oh, there's another thrift shop. I was in here last time I was here. It's a cute little thrift shop. The only reason I left my room today is because my hotel shuttle is so early in the morning that if I take the nap that I was destined to take, I'd be screwed. I'd be completely screwed out of sleeping tonight. So I'm glad I left the room because I found these amazing things, and I just popped into this other thrift shop that I remember stopping in last time. I don't know if I bought anything, but I have to drop off my bag before I walk in, so I will see you later. Let's hope I don't find anything. I found a couple little things. This is a very sweet little McCoy, vintage McCoy planter. So is that one, but I really can't see them selling. These are probably also McCoy, but yeah, a couple cute things, including I almost bought these. They're little plates, little appetizer plates. They're Andy Warhol Marilyn Monroe lips plates. They only want $2 a piece, but I don't see myself selling them. Certainly not keeping them. But I'm going to look through clothes real quick and then head out of here. I love this lidded jar. Absolutely amazing. It's got a giant chip on the bottom, and they want $50 for it. It's by Sasha B. or Sasha Brostoff. That's just gorgeous. But they know what they have here, $50. These pieces are Royal Copley or Copley. Really, really pretty. Really pretty, but I don't need them. And that's even got its sticker on it. So pretty. And they only want like $4. Oh, $7. So pretty. So there were a few things in that second gift shop that I almost bought. If I had a larger bag, I honestly would have purchased them. There were like 6 or 8 teacup sets by a company called Shelley. It's not always like the highest end retail, but it's the Patricia pattern, which is just unbelievably charming. And 4 teacups and saucers, I could have gotten some fair money for them, and they wanted $3 a set for each of them, so it was tempting, but I don't have much more room in my suitcase, and it's going to be difficult to fit this stuff in there. I'm going to head back to the hotel because it's getting a little bit warm. Of course, I don't have sunscreen, and look at my head. So I will see you next at the hotel room with a little haul from my thrift shop, and I'll see you soon. I just passed by a cat adoption. Can you see that little kitty cat looking at me right there? Hello, kitty cat with those beautiful golden eyes. And then look at these two. Look at those two. Look at them nestling. Oh, but I want that one. I want you. Look at that little face. You got in a fight recently. Oh my God, I love you. There's another one sleeping over here. Let's see. He's sleeping in the window there. Sweetheart. Oh, I want 100 cats. So I did buy some things at that first thrift shop. First, I bought something for myself. It's a shirt, no surprise. You know how much I love clothes. But it's such a beautiful, beautiful shirt. It's J. Crew Irish linen. And Irish linen, this type of linen has a beautiful weight to it. It moves beautifully. It doesn't wrinkle as easily, so I'm not going to have like those wrinkle lines across my belly when I stand up from having been seated. I love the colors. They've got terracotta, sky blue, flax, sort of a light chocolate. And the pattern on the pocket, see how the pattern on the pocket matches out of the shirt, and even on the collar, see that little ivory edge? It continues around. The details are just really extraordinary on the shirt, and it was $18, which is more than I typically spend at Goodwill. But you know, this shirt at Goodwill would have been maybe $14 at the Vegas Goodwill. So I just couldn't say no to that shirt. The other things I bought are for resale. They're going to be very easy to photograph, super easy to photograph, very easy to ship, and I think the brand names are definitely going to make it easy to sell. So we'll see. This is a brand I've done very well with in the past. When I can find their things, I buy them no matter what, because I know I'll make money. This is a company, it's a Portuguese company. I can't remember how to pronounce their name. Berdello Pinea, something like that. In the past, I found my best-selling items from them were these Majolica lunch plates and dessert plates that looked like little cabbage leaves with white veins and green around the leaf. The company typically does Majolica ware. Majolica is an opaque white tin-based glaze, and then frequently they'll brush very bright jewel-like tones glazed on top of that white glaze, and the two glazes will fuse, and it's pretty static. The glaze doesn't run or move around. But so frequently these pieces are brilliantly colored. Think Mediterranean, Italian, Portuguese, Spain. Sometimes you'll find some pieces from Czechoslovakia that look like they're Portuguese. But these pieces are really beautiful. Similar items have sold for not as much money as I thought they would, but those pieces were only 6 inches tall. These are like, I don't know, 8-10 inches tall, but don't trust a man telling you how long something is on the internet. Trust me on that one. Men lie. They always lie. But they're just beautiful candlesticks. It's like a grapevine pattern around there, and they're just delicious. And I paid $3 a piece for these, so I think these will do very, very well. If I can make $40 off 6, that's fine. I'll be fine with that. This other company is another one that I can't pronounce their name of. Hutchin? No, wait. I can't pronounce it. Hutchin, Rother? Something like that. Here, you look. That company right there. You can see I spent $4. This is a covered sugar bowl, and it is absolutely precious. This little lace-like pattern that runs along around the bottom edge. There's a little bow and floral pattern at the high points here where the handles meet. Just a beautiful, beautiful little covered sugar and creamer. I paid $4 a piece. Here you can see the sort of lace-like pattern that's at the base of each piece. It's so pretty. Now, I sold a little figurine of a cockatiel, the bird, not the candlestick holder. A cockatiel, it's a bird. It's a little bird. But I sold this figurine of a cockatiel for like $175. by this company. Their porcelain, their white porcelain, is really beautiful, beautiful stuff. Really well done, and I should do fairly well with them. So I would probably, I spent $8 on this set. I should probably make maybe 50, 40, 50, 60 bucks, maybe more on that set. I also found this larger piece, which is the same as this smaller lidded sugar. I'm not quite sure what this is. It's a little big for a lidded sugar bowl, so I'm not quite sure what this would have been. Maybe to hold tea instead of sugar, but it's such a beautiful piece. I paid $8 for this one, which is a little more than I was comfortable spending, but I'll definitely make my money back, if not multiple times. This piece was a bit of a splurge because I don't even know what it is. It's a lidded. Isn't that pretty? At first I thought it was like a little cheese dish, because this little porcelain cloche, that's called a cloche, or dome, it looks like something you put cheese in, but this bottom kind of threw me for a little bit, so I don't even know really what this is. It could be a butter dish. You could sort of fill this to the top with butter and keep it fresh that way. A French butter keeper is one where you would fill the bowl and then turn it upside down so it's inside some water to create a seal. Here, I'm not quite sure, but that could be a butter keeper. I don't know, a butter dish. If you have any idea, please let me know. But I just love the sort of gourd-like form here. See how it kind of undulates around? The form is just very pillowy. And the porcelain is just extraordinary. It's just absolutely beautiful, beautiful stuff. Again, this was $8. Yeah, this could be for butter. This could be butter because you've got this well here, obviously. But there's a little bit of a gully around the bottom of this piece where I think you might put a little bit of water in there to create a seal. That's my thought. But I know that I can make much more than $8 because this line of porcelain is just really, really nice. So those are the things I bought. I'm very excited, and I think I've got lots of room in my suitcase and clothes I can wrap them in to get them home nice and safe. So that is what I got. It was a little unexpected to find such beautiful things. There was one thing I almost bought, and oh my gosh, if it's still there the next time I'm there in that shop, I think that they would probably discount it for me. But there was a strand. It was probably a 20-inch strand of the most perfect lapis lazuli beads. And they're just gorgeously done. Lapis is the very like a dark navy blue gemstone, often from Afghanistan. It was just a beautiful strand of little lapis beads with a little 14-karat gold clasp that was just absolutely precious. And it's something I definitely would have seen in one of our vintage cases at Saks in the old jewelry department. They wanted $50 for the strand. It was worth much more than that, but I was unwilling to spend $50 on just that one strand of beads. But if it's there next time I'm there, I might ask if they're willing to discount it if it's been in the case for a long time, because $50 in that store is a lot. All right. That is my layover. I'm going to probably eat a little something up in the crew room and then get to bed in the next maybe 2 hours or so. It's 3 o'clock. Yeah, I'm going to get in bed, watch some YouTube videos, and then try to take a little sleeping pill so I can get a good night's sleep because I'm desperate for sleep. Blah, blah, blah. Does he ever stop talking? Let me let you go. I'll see you later.
Good morning. It's 2:50. I gotta get out of bed. Oh, God. This is the worst. I lied. Our flight was canceled. I get to sleep for another hour. Oh, my God, I'm so happy.
And good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. I think that's our shuttle to the airport showing up just now. So this morning, I really did not want to get out of bed. I set 3 alarms because I had to wake up at like 2:30, something crazy. I was just, I did not want to get out of bed. Then I looked at my phone, saw that there was a notification next to our crew app, and opened that up. It looks like one of my coworkers had been notified of our first cancellation of the day. So the Vegas flight was canceled. And I don't know if the remainder of our day was canceled or if we were just taking off the trip and have somebody else take those that turn. But yeah, we don't have to work at all today. We're deadheading on Southwest. How exciting is this for me? Now, I feel bad for those LA passengers, of course. I don't know why the flight was canceled. The airline doesn't cancel flights just because. There's always a reason. But yeah, so I think they probably just took us off this leg for the cancellation and then took us off the rest of the trip and assigned that to a reserve or something. I don't know. But I'm going to jump on the shuttle and I will see you guys in Las Vegas. All right, the plane has just arrived. The jet bridge is just approaching the plane, and we are going to be on our way home in just a few minutes. So excited. I don't know how I got so lucky, but I am in Group A when boarding Southwest, which means I'm in the first group. I was A13, but my coworkers are Group C, which means they're like the last people on the plane. And I guess they weren't going to change anything about that. So I feel bad for them. They're going to get on the plane, but I'm happy to be up here a little sooner so I can get a good seat and a space for my bag without worrying about it being checked. So, yay. One of the difficulties with Southwest, it's going to change soon, but is open seating. I guess they're going to change that in the near future sometime, but so you can just sit wherever you want on the plane as long as there's an open seat. You are pretty strictly held to having only 2 items, a personal item and a carry-on. One carry-on and the overhead bin. Your personal item goes under the seat in front of you. But when the flight is boarding, everyone takes an aisle or a window. Nobody wants that middle seat, of course. Then you get families and people who don't want to be separated, of course. And I just imagine the boarding process here is just got to be a bit of a challenge when you're working that flight in the cabin. But yeah, it works. It's worked, and it's worked for a long time. People like this open seating, but it's got to be really frustrating, because you want to accommodate families and things like that. I think we have to, but I got a good aisle seat, and I'm in row, I don't even know what row I'm in, 6, so I get to get off the aircraft fairly easily. Yay. I will see you in Las Vegas. Hey guys, hi. Welcome back to Las Vegas. Welcome to the Uber Lyft pickup. Chaos. Car's almost here, so I'm going to give you a little update of what my day was like once I get home. I will see you there. Alright, well, my car was waiting for me when I got here. Crazy. The driver is, I don't know if he speaks English, but he's the best dressed Uber driver I've ever seen in my life. All white, very white shoes, white cowboy hat, amazing outfit. Yeah, let me tell you about the flight when I get home. I'll see you soon. $22 to get from the airport. Oh my god. I live like less than 6 miles away from the airport. But I don't have a car, so what do I do? Alright, thank goodness the guy who installed my garage door opener updated my keypad too, so I can get in easily. I can't wait to see the cats. My old friend, the bus. Hey guys, how are you? Hello there. So the last time I saw you, I think it was this morning when I was dipping into an Uber or a Lyft, whatever I got, $22 to get home. It was a Lyft because Uber wanted $2 more to get me home. So I took a Lyft home, $22. I got home, gave the cat some treats, loved them a little bit. Buddy and Eleanor both seemed to feel like I was gone longer than I really was. We all took a little bit of a nap because I was still tired from this morning, waking up so early this morning. And now I'm out and about trying to get some chores done. I had to buy some medallions at Central Office from my home group. We were missing some 2-year medallions, so I had to go buy some of those. And then I'm going to jump on a bus and go down to Walmart to buy some cat treats and stuff like that, because I have enough for tonight and for tomorrow morning, but I don't have any for the remainder of tomorrow and the next day that I'm off, which I think is the 2nd of July. So I'm going to trek off there to get some more cat treats and some food for myself that won't spoil in this heat because it's terribly hot. I forgot to mention the most important thing and the most significant thing that happened on my trip, and it happened after the second leg of our trip. And I really meant to sit down and chat with you guys. And I'm just going to touch on the topic now because I'm too hot and it's too uncomfortable out here to spend much time talking about it. But there was this lady sitting in, I think she was in row 3, really just a sweet little old grandma. She was just a little old grandma, and she came up and she went to the restroom. She came out and she looked at my pins. I have some pins on my lanyard that are rainbow pins, and so she says, "Oh, I like your pins," which is not usually what a little old grandma is going to say to me, because I don't know. Now, I don't know if every grandma out there understands why I'm wearing a rainbow pin, right? So she goes, "I love your pins," and I said, "Oh, thank you very much." And she goes, "My grandson is," and she said, I don't know how she phrased it, but she said her grandson is part of my community or something like that. And I said, "Oh, really? What's going on?" And she shared with me the story that her granddaughter was turning 15, and she was going to have her quinceañera. Did I say that right? Which is a celebration of your 15th year in Latin American cultures. And she was celebrating her quinceañera, and the grandma bought her a doll, which may be a traditional gift, I don't know. But she got her a doll that's blue and white rather than pink, because I think it has something to do with the emulating the colors of her original flag. I think she's Salvadoran, I think, and maybe their flag is blue and white. I don't know, but and she said God spoke to my heart, and I got her a blue and white doll, not a pink doll. And I started to get a little inkling of why she was talking about this. And she said, before the party, her granddaughter asked her if she could spend a little time with her that day, and they went to McDonald's and they sat down and had a little chat. And I guess, again, this person is 15 years old and had the foresight to separate her grandmother from the rest of the family and just sit down and have a one-on-one where she opened up and told her grandmother that she wanted or was in the process of transitioning into a boy. And how scary that conversation would have been, how terrifying that conversation must have been, how sure that young man must have been to approach his grandmother, and how much he must have trusted his grandmother, and how generous he was to show his grandmother who he really was down deep down in his soul. And then he said he was afraid that she'd be upset and wouldn't love him anymore. "Do you still love me?" is what he said to his grandmother. And his grandmother just gushed and, went on to say, "I love you. You're my grandchild. Whoever you are, whatever you are, I love you." And an outpouring of unconditional love. And she's telling me this story, and I am melting. I am absolutely melting. And I said, "I am so unbelievably proud of your grandson, but I'm also so proud of you for being able to have that kind of relationship where you can hear something like that. I mean, you must be such a good person for your grandson to trust you so deeply with his deepest soul." And I told her, I said, please pass along my pride to your grandson, because I'm impressed. Because at 50, I was 19 when I came out of the closet. The difference between 15 and 19 in terms of, well, maybe it's different. Maybe it's different today. I don't know. The world is definitely different than it was when I came out. But that happened, and I got a big hug from her. It was fantastic. It was like hugging my own grandmother, Oh my God, it was heart-wrenching and lifting spirit. It lifted my spirit, lifted my soul. It was unbelievable. And that is one of the reasons I love my job so much, because I get the chance to meet people like her, hear these kinds of stories, as well as to hear someone who's deathly afraid of flying and where I can kind of try to support them through that, or someone who's nauseous or blah, blah, blah. We can be there as flight attendants for people through every kind of experience and hear every kind of story from everyday Americans, be it an American originally from Salvador or something, you know. So it was such a fantastic experience, and I really wanted to share that with you while I was sitting in a nice air-conditioned hotel room and not at a smoking area where it's 103. But I just left the office with my coins. I'm carting around my Jack Spade tote bag that I've had for 10,000 years. I'm gonna now trek off to Walmart. And did I even tell you anything about my deadhead? I don't know. I'll just a little teeny bit more. I checked in for my deadhead. Oh, there's a pigeon. Oh, honey, I have nothing for you. I'm so sorry. Do I have anything for you? No, I don't. Sorry, love. I'm apologizing to a pigeon for not having food because it's looking at me like, hey, do you have anything? So my deadhead, I checked in for my deadhead while I was on the shuttle to the airport, and I got boarding group A, which is like the first group to board. And my coworkers who checked in hours before me got boarding group C, so they had to come on last. I felt so bad, but I'm older. I needed to sit down before they did. But the deadhead was fine. It was super easy. I was in row 6C, so I had a great seat. I don't know what it's like to be a flight attendant for Southwest. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I don't know how you do it. If you're a flight attendant with Southwest, how do you handle the stress of boarding? Because the boarding process was chaotic, and I don't know how I could not do that every day. Every leg to go through that, I could not do it. The combination of everyone on the airplane having a rollerboard, and then running out of space, and then having everyone grabs a window or an aisle seat, leaving all the middle seats open, with lots of families and couples and groups and stuff being separated, and they're all upset about it. You know, we bought our tickets and blah, blah, blah. I just don't know how you can handle the stress of boarding. I think you're going to go to assigned seating next year. Oof, man, that couldn't come fast enough for me if I were you guys. But all in all, the trip was very nice coming home, and I'm glad to have finished the day early. I was supposed to arrive home about now. So, ta-da! That's it for my day. I'm going to thank you for watching and listening, and then I'm going to go to Walmart. The next time you see me will be tomorrow, I think, if I film something for my anniversary. But, yep, tomorrow, 23 years sober. It's hard to believe. Let me let you go, and I have to get going because it's getting real hot out here. See you soon. Fly safe. Bye.